Good morning, good morning, good morning, Georgia. We are live.
Good morning.
Morning. We're back in Florida again. Just wanna she's got to turn out here. But I'm happy we're in Florida again.
Yes,
and
back
I'm
again.
here with Deborah. And trust me, she has surprised me. Inside the house and outside the house. So many projects that we started. The last time I was here, we didn't have some of the tools, and she's got the tools. So I'm excited. And this morning I was thinking, last time I was here, I wanted to show her to make. This morning I was here, I wanted to show you how to make a machine that makes the most powerful antibiotic, natural antibiotic. I'm not gonna leave this time before I teach her how to do that.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna teach her how because sometimes before I get up in the morning and come out, it's like I'm just intuitively told what to do, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it because this is it's a powerful antibiotic. It's called colloidal silver.
Yes.
So I'm gonna teach you how to make that machine. Very simple, but today we are in our garden again, and I'm just excited. Just want to apologize for the few for the infrequency of the episodes, because when I went back to Jamaica, there was just so much to get done. But believe me, it will be worth it. I'm working on some things, and I'm gonna share with you that it will be worth it. But let's look this morning on Deborah's garden. So I just came a while ago, and the last time I was here, it wasn't intentional, but we looked at the plants, and the last time her garden was not happy. Her plants were not happy. But I'm telling you, her plants are so happy this morning. So I wanted to just look on the feeding, the nice compost heap, the nice compost that she has made. So look how dark and how lovely it is. And which herb is this again, Deborah?
Big one.
Which herb is this?
That is ram goat. No, that is oh dear. It's not ram goat. No, it is. It's a cold bush. Jack in the bush.
Jack in the bush.
Jack in the bush.
So I want you to look at how green the leaves are. Look at how green the leaves are. And what I'm gonna ask her what she did in a little while. So the soil was not very natural. Sorry. The soil for this plant was not the best because it wasn't nourishing enough. And so what she did was she went ahead and she got some nice compost for it. And her rosemary, she did some pruning, as you can see, and now the leaves are coming back. Her rosemary leaves are coming back nice and pretty. Also her pepper, this time they even have started blossoming. Right? If you look at the nice green leaves, lots of nitrogen. And her beef thyme, so everything here is nice. And then over here she went and did some weeding, so she moved the extra weeds that were competing with her pineapple, so now they look nice. And this is, and she's her husband, and this is a ram goat dash along, which is beautiful. So she has nice compost that she has fed to it. And look how dark it is. Lots of carbon. Plants love lots of carbon. And she has weeded all of these. So, I mean, if she was to be graded today,
Hey.
help me guys. Go back to the videos and look at it and look at what it is now. If she was to be graded today, she would have been in her 90s.
All right.
Her grading would have been in her 90s. And so, and I mean, it's right true. It's right true. This is our moringa. So in a little while, we're gonna do a little walk, but we're just reviewing. And let me show you something. This is, I didn't intend to do it, but I'm telling you, this looks good. This is her pet's house. So the last time I was here, our catio, not a patio, a catio. So this is our catio, and this is for who again? Leroy and Archie. So, I mean, these two cats are adorable. And when I came, I saw them last night just running up and down. And so guess what? I mean, Deborah is is continuing to take good care of Leroy, and now she's taking
Leroy and Archie.
Archie. There he is.
That's Leroy.
That's Leroy?
Yes.
It's Leroy. And so the last month I was saying, if you take good care of your pets, then take better care of your plants. And I mean, she has just epitomized that. Look at those plants. Look how happy they are. That's Cersei. That's Leaf of Life. And I mean, so many people don't know that these plants are in Florida. So I want you to know that a lot of these plants that we know in Jamaica are typically found in Florida as well. So
there's something. This is called Jewel of Opa.
Jewel
of Opa. This is like a spinach. It's very nice. And then if you come back here and look up in the tree. Up there's some that the birds put them in there growing in the tree up there. You see them right there in the little middle part.
Oh, okay, yeah. So she's showing me one that's right up there. Jewel of Opa, right? So that's basically the bird who would have eaten from it and would have dropped the seeds up there. All right, so great. All right, guys. So now I guess we are off. All right, so we are in Bradenton, Florida, and this morning we're going on another herb walk to see what herbs we're gonna find. We've already walked out this area, so we pretty much know most of the herb in this area.
Some more in that area, but we can look later. We put stuff over there.
Okay. All right, so we're doing our morning walk. So this morning, we want to see how many herbs we can identify. And I must say that the weather is pretty cool. The weather is pretty cool. Typically what it's like what I left the weather like in Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool, just like this. And I'm hoping to head up the line, so I'll be able to make a comparison. But so where we're going now is, we've never been here before, right, Deborah?
Well, yes. Before we made a right, now we're gonna go straight.
Oh, we're gonna go straight. Okay. All right. So we've traveled this trail before, and we're gonna see what else we can find. I see so many persons posting in the group. If you have not yet joined our group, we do have a Telegram group. So if you're new to this video, you can check out our description of this video, and you'll find the link to our Telegram group. We're looking for 12,000 persons to learn 120 herbs by the 12th month.
There's a nice moringa tree across the road.
Where? Moringa? Okay.
Very healthy.
All right, so
before we turn, now we're gonna go straight.
all right, so we're heading down. Which street is this?
Southern Parkway.
Southern Parkway in Bradenton, and we are going plant hunting. Our herbs, they call it scavenger hunting. Yeah, we're going scavenger hunting herbs. Want to see how many new herbs we can identify, and then we want to look at the medicinal uses of these herbs. Oh yeah, yeah, nice and green.
Yes.
How many herbs have we identified so far?
Ooh.
In the last time around?
The last time we were here, we identified. Okay, when we counted them, we were up to our 20s, right?
20, yeah. Yeah, so we're looking to find some new herbs here. Just wanted to let you know, guys, I'm also going to be in a number of areas this time around. So I'm going to be in Palm Beach. I'm going to be in Maryland. I'm going to be in New York. I'm going to be in Virginia, and I'm going to be in Chicago. So, love to connect with those of you. Maybe we can do this together, like how Deborah and I are doing it. Maybe you might know some good places that we can go and find some herbs. I hear that New York is and Chicago is cold, so it's gonna be my first time experiencing that level of cold. Yeah, but keep that in mind. So if you know of any, and also if you know of any First Nation person, indigenous tribes, indigenous groups, I'd love to connect with some indigenous group this time around, just to learn a little bit about their wisdom as it relates to plant and as it relates to their usage of herbs in this neck of the woods. So if you know of anybody, then please let me know. Love to go in and feature them and spend some time with them and learn a little of their wisdom as well. All right, so
that is called a Brazilian pepper tree.
Which one? All right, so
But they say it's poisonous, but
all right, let me see.
that means it's
All right, so this one, Deborah says what? It's called a Brazilian nut?
pepper tree.
Pepper tree. Yep, it's aromatic. Yeah.
Yep, Brazilian pepper.
Yeah, man. And so this is a very strong aromatic. Smell it?
Yes.
And it has, you can almost see the oil in it. So, let's taste it. So, I don't taste any pepper. Hold on.
Cashew and the sumac family.
Sumac family. Alright, so I don't taste any pepper, but I do smell a very strong aroma. It has a very woody scent. Let me see the leaf. The leaf is very crisp and oily. There's a lot of oil in it. See, when you crush a leaf, so, definitely, and you see how brittle the leaves are also very brittle. And you can smell it. Smell it? Very, 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 very. Let me taste it.
Little bitter, sourish.
It's astringent. So, no man, not a little, a lot of astringent. So I don't take. So this is a plant that we need to look on. Because this is something that's definitely going to be good as a poultice. Used externally. There's a lot of astringency in it, a lot of oils in it. So this is something that you really want to pay attention to. There's a lot of astringency in it, and I can guarantee you that this herb would produce from the feeding of the leaf. It would also produce a lot of sap, and that sap is what we call it, like a gum. Oh yeah. So it kind of smells like or tastes like myrrh. You know, frankincense and myrrh. Yeah. So it smells like the resin from the myrrh. So this plant, I guarantee you, it would be a plant, if it is allowed to mature, would have a lot of resin in it. And so this is something that you could use a leaf and you could use the resin from it. So this is a plant that you want to pay attention to because it has a lot of volatile oils, a lot of tannins in it.
When you say astringent, I know exactly how I can use it.
Yeah. So we're gonna this herb, we're gonna single it out. We're gonna single it out and we're gonna look at it some more because I'm sure first time I'm seeing it, but from the properties that I've tasted and from what I've smelled so far, it has a lot of poison, and from your research they say it's poisonous, and we know that poisonous herbs are usually very powerful herbs. So we're gonna spend some time looking at this one.
Non-toxic.
Oh, non-toxic to humans and
not
things.
reported as a weed.
Okay, so we're going to do some more research on that. So this one now, and when most people think about Florida, what they think about is palm trees.
Yes.
So this is the queen palm. Queen palm.
This one fell.
And it produces, up to now I'm still smelling it.
Okay.
This is sweet.
With a little
But
kind of
gummy.
stickiness. Yes.
So
People eat it. The ones you know.
so this is what palm?
Queen.
Queen palm. So this produces a fruit. And the fruit is sweet. So you know this is sugar, this is energy. And it smells pretty good. So let me just show you what it looks like. I think this is found in Jamaica as well. So what you would do to make a juice from this, you have to soak it in warm water.
And then.
So it's very gelatinous.
Which make a nice juice.
Yeah, so from the gelatinous nature of this herb, stilling is good for the stomach. Good for the stomach walls. So a juice from this would be good for the walls of the stomach. I'm gonna walk with a couple of these. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to put them in warm water.
What we'll do is come back and get a
bunch. Look at that. Nice big bunch up there. And the birds eat it.
Yeah.
I can feel all that gum. The more you eat it,
the more gum.
The more gum it produces. So this is the queen palm. And my mouth now is gummy.
And then the pepper tree, it says it's toxic with toxin in specific cases. So some people could be allergic.
Yeah, so this is something that also could be applied externally because it's gelatinous, so it would be good for inflammation. So you could take this, soak it in warm water. I would maybe use this, it's like a prickly ash. So you would make a decoction, which is you'd boil the prickly ash, then you would strain it, and once you get that that tea, you will use a tea from that, which is what the medicine would have been infused in that.
And the prickly ashes.
Oh, it's grown here. It's grown in Jamaica.
Okay.
And then basically you would just throw that on this, and then get the gelatinous stuff out.
And this here is something too. The little flowers down there.
But this is for energy. This gives you energy. For sure. So we are using our 12 medicinal taste guide. So there's a guide that we've put together that allows you to taste herbs and just know what the medicinal, gives you an idea as to what the medicinal benefits of the plant has. So there's a link in the description as well, and you can get your 12 taste medicinal guide, and that's what we're working from. And then we have our diary. Didn't bring our diary this morning.
Yes.
Once we find these plants, we record them in the diary, and then from there, the sun and your video quality. Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah, I'm in the sun. No, I'm in the sun.
And then there's something else growing there. That's a herb.
All right. So there's another one that we want to look at on the ground. And this is, first I'm seeing this one. Which one is this, Deborah?
It's called the large flower Mexican clover.
Oh, large Mexican clover. And we notice it has a slightly purple flower. So that's telling us that it's good for the blood and the liver. As we know, most clovers are. These are red clovers, this is Mexican clover. And this is good for the liver, and it would be good for the blood as well. Yeah, it grows on a vine. And I mean, there's lots of it here.
Oh, and I bet there's something underneath. That's something too, but I'm not sure. That's something else.
Yeah, this look like, this is Medina.
That's Medina?
So this is Medina.
Where is it now? Right there.
It didn't take that one. Took the picture of something else. So we're seeing a number of herbs. We're seeing a number of herbs, guys. Number of herbs. All right. So where we're heading to now? All right, so we're heading straight down.
Let's see here. After the car will if the thing is still here, somebody put something out, but I don't see it, so that means they took it up.
Okay.
Which was called, what was the name of it? It was...
I'm still tasting the gum from the, hold on. Beautiful. Oh, morning, Genesis 2. Good morning, Genesis.
Good morning.
Yeah, she said good morning. Yeah, so.
She's in Orlando. She's going to come up.
Okay. All right. So Genesis is close to us? Okay.
Orlando's about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And remember I was saying I saw
I wonder what other herbs. I want King of the Forest.
It grew there, but I found a plant here, which is not forest, right up the road when Tamara goes to school.
All right. Let me just turn the camera around because the sun is behind me. So.
And then in a minute we'll cross over.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the plant.
So we're going to see a King of the Forest now. Morning.
Oh no, we won't see it on this one. But it's not forest.
I wonder what type of herbs, if the diversity is in Orlando is as much as here.
Could be. They're more inland.
Oh, they're more inland?
Yes, they're more inland.
Okay.
Okay. The plant that they had out here, they moved it.
Oh, they moved it.
It was in a little container. It was a pot. And I was eyeballing it. I was like, I'm going to get a piece.
All right. Oh, look at that squirrel.
Yes. We have a lot of squirrels. And the upper states, they eat squirrels.
They eat squirrel. Oh, my. Hold on. I didn't see that question. Hold on. All right. Can you give me an herb that would ease symptoms of neuropathy? Yeah, Genesis. Herbs that would ease neuropathy would be herbs that increase circulation. Usually, well, once you have issues with the lymphatic system, and there are a number of issues that could result in why you're having lymphatic issues. So it's going to be dependent on that. But generally, you're going to need herbs that will stimulate lymph fluids to move around. All right, you're going to need herbs like that. So pungent herbs from the pungent group, cayenne pepper, black pepper is also. A lot of people don't know how powerful black pepper is. Black pepper is actually from the same family of herbs. All right, look at this. I'm going to get back to that. But this one,
That looks like it could be something.
no, this is called in the James Bond movie. This herb was featured. Yeah, it's toxic. It's very toxic.
Oh.
Because it
Toxic.
is. Yeah, it's called oleander. But guess what? It's called toxic because again it's very powerful. And this is from a group of herbs that we call cardiac glycosides. So it has a lot of glycosides in it. And what this herb does, and again, this is not one of those herbs that you can take, just go and take. You have to take it under supervision. But this herb is responsible for removing excess water from around the heart.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it's used for. So the reason why it's feared is because this herb literally affects the heart, the rhythm of the heart. So it interferes, not affects, it interferes with the rhythm of the heart because that's why it's going to get rid of water from around the heart. But we've used it and we've gotten excellent results. We've used it and we've gotten excellent results. So for persons sometimes who are on high blood pressure medication, let me just put on this camera stand. Hold on, guys. So for persons who are on, let me come to this side. For female overdose and yeah, they can overdose. Remember, anything that can help, you can harm you. All right, so I'm gonna get back to your question about the circulation, the lymphatic issues. But I wanted to just talk a little bit about this herb, and I talk about it oleander because it's a common garden edging. If you look at the new James Bond movie, this herb is actually featured in the newest James Bond movie. So in the newest James Bond movie, there's a character in the movie that has a garden with the world's most poisonous plants.
Wow.
And this herb is actually in the movie. This actually is actually featured in the movie. So it's called oleander. And a lot of persons will know about a herb that Dr. Sebi talks about called lily of the valley. Lily of the valley. Now, lily of the valley is also a cardiac glycoside. This herb functions similar to lily of the valley. And what it does is that it helps to correct, it affects the rhythm of the heart. Because most of the time when persons take prescription medication over an extensive period of time, you have calcium channel blockers, you have blood pressure medications fall into different categories. They affect the heart differently. Now, some of them work by slowing down the heart, right? So some persons who have heart problems,
Like beta blockers.
Beta blockers, right?
Yes.
What the beta blockers do is that they slow down the heart. But what beta blockers do, after extensive use, is cause water retention to develop in the heart. So I can tell you that if you know somebody who is taking like a high blood pressure medication for like 20 or 30 years, like they start taking it in the 50s, the 60s, in 20 years, I guarantee you, after about sometime 15 to 20 years, one of the drugs that's going to be added is what we call like a Lasix, or what we call diuretic. Because what starts to happen now is that because of the extensive use of beta blockers and other drugs that work like that, the heart slows down to the point so much that it begins to gather fluid around it. And so what we would do is that we would use a herb like this to get the water from around the heart and around the lungs. And so these persons start to have problems breathing heavily. And remember, as I said, guys, none of what I'm saying is instruction. What I'm giving you is general information. None of what I'm saying you should take as advice or to replace the advice of your doctor, right? None of what I'm saying should be used to replace the advice of your doctor. Neither should you stop taking any drug or start taking any herb without being under supervision.
Right.
Because as I always say, anything that can help you can also hurt you. So a medicine can become a poison, and a poison can become a medicine. It boils down to dosage.
Right. And then what I was thinking, because herbs are medicine as well.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be on anything long term. We just want to correct the problem to
Yes.
a balance.
Yes.
So even herbs should be taken on a daily basis.
Without supervision. Can be taken, but without supervision.
Without knowing what your body needs.
Right, because especially this herb that I'm talking about. And then I said to persons, some persons ask, and we do guide persons, some persons ask, how long should I take? No, there are general guidelines. There are general guidelines. Let me give you an example. There are general guidelines as it relates to dosage. But that dosage can become impacted based on the weight of the person, because some dosage, every time a doctor gives you a dosage, that dose is based on the average body mass. So based on your height and your weight, there's an average dose for that. If you exceed that body mass, they have to go higher, and if you are below that, then they have to go lower. So again, it's not a one-cap-fit-all approach. Then there are some herbs that can't be taken for longer than a month continuously.
Like Cersei.
Like Cersei, and other herbs that have lots of plant properties that affect the kidney. I can't protect them. So I'm just giving you that example to let you know that what we're saying to you is general information, and that's why I said to you that we do offer consultation. I don't think that there's if I don't have it if I don't have my information in this video, I'll add it at the end of the video, so that if you want a consultation, because what I'm saying is we have very powerful herbs. We do have very powerful herbs, but you have to know how to take that herbs. So again, I wanted to look at this herb, oleander. If you're in the States here, there's other herbs like foxgloves.
It's here somewhere.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Yeah, so foxgloves also works like oleander. It is what we call a cardiac stimulant. Dr. Sebi talks a lot about lily of the valley, and lily of the valley is not from North America, nor is it from the Caribbean. Lily of the valley is found in Asia. Right? It's found predominantly in Asia. So remember I said to you that we don't just talk about herbs, we talk about the properties of the herbs, because there are no mononutrient, no mono healers in nature. Nearly every property that a herb has, you can find the equivalent property in the continent or in the region that you are in. So when we talk about herb, we don't talk about herb just by the name. We talk about herbs based on the properties, what the herb actually does to the tissue of your body. So if you are in Asia, then you would be looking for oleander. You'd be looking for lily of the valley. If you are in the Caribbean, then you can use your oleander. Yes, we're in Florida, which is a climatic condition similar to Jamaica and the Caribbean, so you'll find it here. But if you go further north, you won't find oleander. What you're going to find is foxgloves.
Foxgloves. Okay.
And there are other herbs like that.
And maybe you found that on your herb walk, because I remember the name foxgloves.
Foxgloves.
Yes.
I don't think it's so much, it's further up north.
When you were up in Maryland.
Yeah, you'll find it up in that area. But those are cardiac stimulants, and those are herbs that help to impact the heart rate, and also to get rid of the excess fluid that is being built up around you.
I have a friend who's going to see you in New York. He had COVID, and they said after COVID his heart rhythm got affected. So I was wondering if that was...
Yeah, so oleander does an excellent job. And of course, when you're taking oleander, you have to be careful how you take oleander, because you don't want to be taking oleander with other blood pressure medication, because some blood pressure medication, in addition to slowing down the heart, some also relaxes the blood vessels. That's how they work. Right? So there are different reasons why people have high blood pressure. And so in my practice, and as a herbalist, one of the most complicated challenge that you'll come across in terms of giving people herbs are anybody that you come across who have hypertension. When somebody says they have hypertension, you have to be careful how you give them herbs, because there's not only just one type or one class of medication for high blood pressure. There are different types, and a lot of herbs are high in potassium, and so even the potassium can affect, or I mean, I say affect, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to affect. Also includes reducing the effects of what you're taking. So that can happen sometime, and you don't want to do that if you're not, So just want to put that out there. All right. Yeah. So we're on the road again. On the road again.
3, 4.
So we looked at 4 so far. 4 so far this morning.
We're passing Broomweed. Lots of Broomweed.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're in a community, so this is an area that would be weeded. This is an area that would have been, they would take care of the garden. So in doing so, it really reduces the amount of, it really reduces the likelihood of us coming across certain
This is
herbs.
a type of thyme. Let me make sure, because I think it grows in our yard.
So that affects the, so we're trying to basically find herbs that we would say is like, in the backyard of persons. So, this is broomweed.
Yes.
Right? This is broomweed. I mean, this is also found in Jamaica. And broomweed, as you know, is very good for the back. Very good for back pain. Tropical girdle pod. That's
Which is a herb. But it looks like...
Can't taste this because it's too low. I'm sure pets will have it and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So we can't taste this to see. But we'll look at them. And what we'll do, when we finish the walk, we'll just look on them and give and send pictures in the group of what we looked at and the names, so people can, because some persons are saying that they can't see the image is so good from the videos. So what we're gonna do, guys, if you want to get a better view of the herbs that we're actually featuring this morning, we're actually going to post the picture in our Telegram group. So again, if you're not yet a part of the KINDAH Wellness Telegram group, then there's a link in the video of this, in the description of this video, that you can use to join. All right, so we've gone 5 plants so far.
Okay, the first one.
5. Gone 5 so far. All right, so hopefully before. Hopefully get the chance, Deborah, to visit a more forestry area, where we can look at, we can look at wider diversity of herbs, because most of what we're looking at so far, guys, is just in the neighborhood, and so that has been limiting to some extent, and so we want to go to the forest to see what's in the wild, what's growing organically in the wild.
And Thursday.
Thursday.
Light day.
All right. So hopefully Thursday we'll get a chance to do that. Yeah. So we're basically looking in the yard. Yeah. So going back to what I was saying about the neuropathy. Again, it can be caused by persons being diabetic. And if you're diabetic, what's really happening is that there's not enough nutrients and waste being taken away from the small blood vessels. In some cases they're damaged. Good morning, Chair C. Morning. Good to have you.
Chair C.
Yeah. So neuropathy is definitely something that can be reversed. Also, the type of food that you eat, has a lot to do with what's happening. So if you're eating foods that are high in sodium, if you're on a high sodium diet, then you're going to have retention of fluid. All right, you want to get more potassium in your diet to get or to encourage fluids being pushed out of the body. Here's a nice little So we have some Spanish needle here.
Mhm.
We've looked at this already. So this is Spanish needle. And then we have more broomweed.
Lots of.
Lots of broomweed. Lots of broomweed growing in this area, guys.
And I didn't know broomweed was a herb.
Yes.
I was introduced to
And there's
broomweed.
actually there's actually different types of broomweed. And there's a weed that's called velvet. Velvet. But this is good for the and as I said, these yellow, it's good for the kidney as well. But these little things are edible. They can be eaten. They can be eaten as salad. You can just come and pick them out and just add them to your salad. And it's from the mallow family, I think. I think broomweed is from the mallow family, which means that it is anti-inflammatory. I think it's from the mallow family, right?
What broomweed? Okay, let's see. Let's get a big.
Yeah, I think it's from the mallow family. Same family that hibiscus is from, same family that sorrel is from. Very large family of herbs that are very good for high blood pressure
Yes.
as well. Mallow family?
No,
Yeah. So
this looks like something here.
that one, I don't know what you're gonna find. It's hard to detect.
Chinese violet, and it says it's a herb.
Oh, Chinese violet. Okay. All right, so we're gonna
Look
report
into
on
and
that
see
one
what
as
it
well.
is.
Yeah, so lots of broomweed here, and we see a few color. Look,
The red, which one? I don't see the color.
see it there. This one.
Oh yes, that's the red.
No, this is a not so red, but yeah, red one.
So, you can tell they don't cut your grass.
Mm-hmm.
This red thing's red.
Yeah,
And it's sand.
yeah. So, yeah, guys. So hopefully, Thursday we'll be able to go into the forest and hold on. This is something here. This looks like I didn't see this the last time. Oh, it's not it. I thought it was duppy gun. It's the same Chinese herb. I thought it was a duppy gun.
Okay. Oh, if it would have been dumpy.
And of course, we know this one is a milkweed.
Uh-oh.
Right? Milkweed. This herb is called tawa tawa. Tawa tawa. It's one of those top herbs that's used in the Philippines. It's also a top herb in Jamaica. This is also called asthma weed. And let me see if I can look at the amount growing here. Now, going into December, guys, this is a herb that you want to see if we can get that picture, Deborah, when you can, so we can post it in the group. This is called milkweed, or it's called tawa tawa. It's used to treat dengue fever. It boosts your white blood cell count by over 1,000%. So this is one of those herbs that is very, very powerful. We use it with a number of herbs. It's also called asthma weed.
And it says it's toxic when touched by humans.
Yeah, so this is asthma weed. So you want to make a note of this herb, asthma weed. If you know of anybody that has asthma, in Jamaica, we combine this herb with John Charles, and we combine it with Search Me Heart to make our herbal respiratory medicine. So this herb is very good. I've used it, and I've seen the result of it. Very powerful weed. All right, that's the milkweed. So these are herbs that have the power to change your life immensely. Um, that's a herb, the milkweed. That's a herb that some herbs you take them and it takes a long time for you to get the benefit, like weeks. No, that's a herb that takes like days. Within days, if your child is having asthma, or if you know of anybody who is having asthma, that herb helps to arrest the problem. Yeah, last time we looked at this is the ball mass. I think these are called Florida ball mass. And last time we spoke about this herb, this is actually a herb. In Jamaica, we call it Jamaican ball mass, and they grow on the light wire. They grow on the electrical wire back home, and this has been used successfully. There's a lot of studies out there that suggests that it's very effective in treating prostate cancer. That herb there, very good in treating prostate cancer.
Let's see. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go further down. Let's see
All
what else is
right.
on it.
So, yeah, we featured that herb the last time around. Look at that nice treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Nice treehouse.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. Nice lawn. I see some color wall there. Some color wall there. That fern.
Okay. The one
Mm.
at the top.
No, the one growing around the tree.
Okay.
So that herb is actually good for the skin.
Hmm.
So it's used to it's used, it makes a very good, excellent sunscreen. And the root is good as a very good to eradicate parasite. But
Mm-hmm.
again, they'll tell you it's toxic.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Non. Okay.
hmm But
So good.
the root is toxic. So
Okay.
if you consume it, then you have to get something like a very strong laxative to ensure that you get it out of your system. So once it kills the worms,
You have to get it
you
out.
have to get it out of your system. So it's used as a vermifuge.
Hmm.
It's used as to kill worms. But you know, if you and it's also good for the ear. It's used to treat I think lice or
Okay.
yeah,
So that means that's why the chart is good
yeah,
because you can look to see the thing that you need to counteract it with.
yeah, right. Because if that happens, then you could get charcoal, get carbon, or you could get an emetic, different herbs to neutralize the effects. And that's why nature is so powerful. Because here's the thing now, because plants are perfectly formulated. There's not just um, one element working in a plant. There
Mm-hmm.
are multiple elements working to create that balanced medicine, that balanced herb. And
Yes.
so it can be taken in large doses. But when you do an extract or when you do a synthesis, which is what a drug is, then it's far more powerful, but it's all potentially far more toxic
Is it
because it does
isolated?
right because it's isolated, so it doesn't have the natural components to create that balance and that harmony inside the body. So it's far more toxic. That's why it's better to use. So somebody may ask, if a plant, if plants can help you and can hurt you, and if drugs can help you and can hurt you, why should I choose herbs? And we said to the person, well, um,
Herbs are from God.
herbs con herbs when you're fixing anything in the body, what you want to do is that you want to use the closest natural uh ingredients
That our form is,
to
our
what is
body is
found to what
formed
is
of.
found in the body.
Yes.
So the closest natural ingredients to what is found in the body is
Are
actually
things
found in
from the earth.
plants. Right. So that's the reason
What
why
they
we
come
use
from the soil.
yes, that's the reason why we use herbs because herbs um have the closest natural components
Mm-hmm.
to what is found in the body. Every single mineral, every single chemical that is found in plants is actually found in the body.
Mm-hmm. That's why when you go to the sea,
hmm
seawater contains the same thing that's found in our blood.
Yes, yeah. So we take the plant. So um we are looking to see what we can find.
They have aloe there,
hmm
and they have.
And I mean these lawns are so nice,
Uh,
so nicely kept. Um,
this looks like
mm, this is a I know this is like a hybrid.
a hybrid. Okay.
It's a hybrid. This lawn is nice.
The grass.
I wish there's some hibiscus over there along with some pavana.
That's a beautiful,
hmm
large cabana tree. That's
Yes.
a beautiful tree. You see the one, the pinkish looking
Oh yeah.
with the
Yeah.
blooms.
Yeah. That looks like um um forgot what his name is from Asia.
We're trying to go.
Yeah, guys. So I hope you are also doing your herb audit. That you're recording your herbs. You know, there's another squirrel.
It's a beautiful one.
hmm There's another squirrel. Good morning.
That looks like another hybrid of what we saw.
Good morning, India. And nice to have you on. All right.
Mango trees.
So, mango tree. Typically, um, you know, we're finding, we find about 5 plants this morning. We're gonna post them in the group. We'll talk a little bit more about them. We're gonna try to find some forest where we can find some more naturally growing wild plants that we can look at. We want to see what nature has to offer, what nature has to give us in this neck of the woods. All right, so we have looked at a lot of herbs. Tomorrow we hope to have more on.
Poinciana tree.
I don't know. This is not poinciana.
That's not poinciana?
This is not poinciana. This is something else. If you look at the fruit that it bears, so I don't know what this tree is, but this is not poinciana.
Okay. Blue jacaranda.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. Let's see.
Look it up. Non-toxic.
Non-toxic.
All right, so I don't think we're gonna see anything new that we didn't see before. All right, so we've been around the block, and that's all we have seen. So that's it, guys. Just reminding you that I'm going to be in. We're gonna be in Palm Beach. So if any of you is in that area, you know the area, you know where a good herb walk could take place. Just reach out to me. I'll let you know. I'm gonna be also in Maryland again, and I'm gonna be in New York, and I'm gonna be in Virginia, and I'm gonna be in Chicago. So I hope to feature as many herbs as is possible. And of course, if you know any First Nation person, any Indian, anybody from a First Nation tribe, I would love to meet with them to gather a little bit of their wisdom and share with the group as it relates to, how they use certain herbs in their culture, how they use certain herbs traditionally. I mean, being around for the years that they have been in the Americas, I'm sure they would have preserved a lot of knowledge as it relates to how they use particular herbs. And maybe they can show us herbs that they intentionally grow.
Because there's an Indian area going the way you're going.
Yes, I passed it.
I know Maurice is coming down. He's going to be, y'all probably will get together.
Yeah.
When you're in Fort Lauderdale, maybe y'all can try to see if you can connect.
Yeah. When I was going, I saw a number of Indian reserves, but I don't know anybody over there. So
I don't know how you can reach out to them.
Yeah.
I know they have a gambling establishment.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes, you can maybe call and see if there's
Right. Yeah.
any tours or anything.
Right. See if we can meet any of the elders or any of the shamans there and just gather some of their wisdom. But yeah, that's it, guys. So we're pretty much rounding up, getting back to the house this morning, and that's an avocado.
Avocado, nice.
It's an avocado, and I know Deborah. You've been utilizing the knowledge so far. Tell us how have you practically. I mean, you've been using the teas. You've been formulating.
Mm-hmm. I've been formulated Genesis to natural. What I've been doing is using the herbs that I found out in the herb taste guide to help me formulate products for hair loss.
Oh, okay.
Help cleanse the scalp. And the products that I formulated using the different herbs, what I look at is the chemical properties.
Right.
So I'm looking for different things.
Right.
For blood circulation, for cleansing, for follicle stimulation, and I combine them. And a lot of things that I use that I've been spending a lot of money for,
Right.
I'm able to formulate it.
Right.
And
you
I
see.
documented it.
Right.
So I put it under a microscope.
Right.
And you can see the shine.
And the difference.
The difference. Usually when you see shine lets us know the pH of the hair is the proper pH.
Oh.
And we don't really think about our scalp. There's a pH to scalp as well.
Okay.
So a lot of the natural things that I've been finding, it pHs the scalp.
Right. So guys,
shine.
so if you know, I have some contacts in Jamaica that have reached out to me about hair loss and have reached out to me about hair problem. Guys, this is the person to reach out to. This is the person to reach out to if you're having if you're having hair loss problem, and
we can help.
Yeah,
we can help, but it's not. I don't want people to think it's an easy fix.
Right.
It's just not the herbs.
Right.
Like
it's nutrition.
It's a combination, and it starts with the consultation. We have to find out what your body is lacking, and then it's not only what our body is lacking, but also what we're thinking.
Right. And I can almost think of 2 or 3 persons, and I tell them, you know, I don't really get a lot of persons coming to me to talk about hair. So I don't spend any time at all working on that. So, I mean, it's good because that's the thing about natural medicine. Everybody has their passion. Everybody, you know, this is your passion. Hair care is your passion.
That's mine. I love to see someone who have severe hair loss. I love to see how it changes.
Yes.
And then someone who has severe hair loss, when their hair starts to come back, their personality starts to change. A lot of people
their confidence, because that affects your confidence, right? Because a woman's hair is her beauty, and so once she starts to lose that hair, and
they draw in,
they're
kind of closed in. But once their hair comes back, they start to open up and blossom like a flower.
Yeah, and just recently in Jamaica, just last week, there was an article in the Jamaica Gleaner that spoke about the effects of carcinogens that are found in a lot of the products, hair care products. Yes. And I think even the FDA right now is moving to ban formaldehyde, which is one of the chemicals used in hair care products, and skincare products, especially as it relates to the hair relaxer.
Yes.
The hair relaxer.
And not only the hair relaxer, because there's also formaldehyde found in a lot of the keratin treatments.
Oh, the skincare treatments.
And keratins is a different form of straightening your hair.
Wow.
And when the keratin was first introduced, it was a big ticket item. At that time, it was $350 and up to get a keratin treatment.
Wow.
And everybody was getting it, especially the Spanish and whatnot. And the smell that was coming from that, the burning of the eyes and everything.
Wow. I remember that.
Yes. But because it was such a big ticket item, everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it got to be enough, because I'm not going to kill myself.
Right.
I love to work,
yeah,
but I'm not going to kill myself.
Right.
So when I started to realize, I'm like, wait a minute, something is going on. So they started, when you're selling products, you have to be smart. So they don't put formaldehyde. And they'll tell you, oh, there's no formaldehyde. But when formaldehyde is broken down, it turns into a gas that's called aldehyde. And this is damaging as formaldehyde.
And I mean, these hair care products, they're not made for persons with straight hair. So these hair care products actually target a particular ethnicity. And what we're seeing, as I said, I can post the article in the group. They're saying that these hair care so it targets
certain ethnicities of people.
right, and that again
Which is
affects the ability to
Melanated
reproduce,
people.
reproduce.
Right.
So we're talking about taking hair care products, taking products, and these are products that have been noted for years, and the FDA is just now speaking about it. But these are products that would have been responsible for millions of women dying unnecessarily.
A lot of times we can't really look at other organizations to try to dictate to us what's good for us, because they're not going to dictate to us what's good for us. We have to find out for ourselves.
Let me stop here. So 1 minute. Let me just. I just wanna. Can we reach our 1 hour? So just wanted to finish up here. But this is such an interesting discussion. We're talking with Deborah, and we're talking about hair care, and we're now saying that a lot of these chemicals have been proven by the FDA to be toxic, to be fatal, not just toxic, but to be fatal. And if the approach to plants that are healthy were used as it relates to some of these chemicals, they wouldn't be around.
They wouldn't be around.
So something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Your health is your responsibility. Yes, Genesis. Morning, Frederick. Yeah, so we're talking about, because here, Deborah is a trichologist. So she works with hair, she works with skin. And what she's doing is that she's using this newfound knowledge that she's acquiring, and she's infusing it with the health care that she offers, which is in hair care and scalp care. Well, trichologist. What's a trichologist, by the way?
A trichologist is a person that we're hair doctors.
Hair
In other
doctors,
words,
right.
we look at the abnormalities of the skin and hair defects.
Right. So basically what she's using is the knowledge that she's learning from plants, and she's applying that to her field of hair care. And already she's talking about the improvement that she's seeing. And what we're saying to persons that your health is your responsibility. And if we trust the system, because the system that we have given trust to, that is supposed to take care of us, has given the green light to entities to make poisonous substance that they say is okay. So we trust them. So we give them to our daughters, we give them to our granddaughters, and they're benefiting, and they're now telling us that these things cause cancer, and these things cause all type of fatal diseases. We need to understand and stop.
That's something that we would talk about forever, is putting relaxers in children's hair before time. That's something that we do, that we're killing our girls. And the young girls now, they have a habit of braiding their hair, which is nothing wrong with braiding, but is the actual pulling of the
ear root.
Right. And that gives traction. And it's also adding all this artificial hair that we don't know where that hair comes from.
So does that affect the pH too? I mean, you talk about the pH, not just the body, but you talk about the pH of the scalp. When you take a chemical that's so strong that it burns your eye,
you change the pH,
and you add that to the ear. I mean, if you leave it in there just maybe an hour over, the scalp literally burns.
That's with the relaxer. Yeah, you don't even need it. Relaxers were something that was improperly done for years.
Wow.
And it's a story that we can go into and never stop.
Wow.
But you have to think about how hair is made, how each strand is, and with black hair care, our hair is more corally.
Right.
We have large curls, we have small curls, we have kinky curls. So whenever you're applying a relaxer for ones who want to soften the curl pattern, you don't apply it to get it where there's no curl left, where it's bone straight. Bone straight is lifeless hair, flat hair. So they was relaxing it too far. And then they wasn't looking at the right chemicals. There's a right way and a wrong way to do everything.
Wow. So guys, if a lot of persons who have been saying to me, what do you do for hair, Dr. Ben? And you haven't even started talking about stress.
Hey.
There are other persons that
stress
comes
can
into
kill you.
Yeah, that comes
stress
in with
kills.
Ear loss.
And a lot of times we don't even know, because a lot of times we're doing this stuff all the time. We don't even think we're operating in a stress.
So there's conscious stress and there's unconscious stress.
And there's physical stress and mental stress. Yes.
So many different types of stress. But you need to reach out to Deborah. I'm going to put her contact in the video. And what about persons who are in Jamaica, persons who are in the Caribbean?
Well, I'm coming to Jamaica.
All right. So
Coming soon.
she's coming soon to Jamaica, guys. So I do have some persons. I have 1 or 2 persons in mind that I know who have alopecia and who have issues with ear loss.
And we're traveling.
And right, you're traveling. So I'll put her contact information in the video link, and you can reach out to her. We got 5 minutes over our live. I guys, want to thank you for being on.
We gotta get back.
We got to get back to the get back now,
Have
but
a 9 o'clock.
tomorrow we'll be on. All right. So thank you, guys, and until
Bye-bye.
tomorrow morning. Bye bye. See you.